We're sisters, we're wives, and this is a Sister Wives podcast. We're here to talk about the good, the bad, and the hilariously ugly. So, welcome to our show.
Hi guys, welcome to the Sister Wives podcast, and today we're talking about why affairs happen.
Side piece! Right? That's what they're called. We're going to tell you guys about our personal side pieces. No, I'm kidding.
So I'm going to introduce you to... He's over here today while Sean is at work.
First of all, let's talk about, have you ever been cheated on, or have you ever cheated on somebody? That's right.
Oh, no.
I'm leading with our dirty laundry. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, gosh, yeah. That way people actually listen to it.
It's called bait, people.
Yeah. That I'm aware of, I don't think I've been cheated on, or like, I'll rewind. There was a time where I was like 98% sure that my boyfriend was cheating on me with his ex, but I never got confirmation. Like, I never ever, like, found out or whatever. And I knew it wasn't, like, physical cheating because, I mean, I just knew neither of them, at the time, none of us could drive, so I was like, well, I really doubt.
Right, like,
I mean, we were all,
his mom isn't going to drive him over there to get some. Like,
yeah, well, hopefully. But,
yeah.
And then by the time I was the first one that could drive out of that little group, our little love angle. So I was like, I'm not taking him over there. But I'm pretty sure it was, like, emotional cheating. Like, he was still, you know, like, I love you to her, and then I love you to... Right.
I hate that. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm almost like, I'd rather you cheat on me physically than emotionally.
Hands down. I was thinking about that the other day. I think I was thinking about this episode. And I was like, I mean, like, of course you have to work through some stuff. Like, if Mark came up to me and he was like, I had sex with somebody the other night. I can't think of any situation Mark would be in where that would happen, but let's just pretend it's a random person. I don't even care if he's drunk. Just he soberly had sex with another person. I would be, like, upset, but I wouldn't be devastated. Like, it would be, to me, it'd be the same as, like, I gambled too much money. Like, it'd be like, I'm disappointed in you. You're going to go get, like, tested for stuff, because that's not going back anywhere until you know everything's, like, clean. But that'd be the extent of, but if he told me, like, he, like, had been texting with a girl and, like, he, you know, like, told her something, you know what I mean? Like, if he was like, well, she listens to me, or she doesn't put me down, I'd be like, fuck, I'm the only one that you, like, that would get me. Like, but, you know, that would be my, like, heartbreak.
Best friend. Yeah.
Yes, like, anything in that, like, general, like, if you feel like you can talk to her better or easier or she's nicer than me, no.
No. No one is nicer than Marie.
Exactly. You can have all the sex like, I would forgive and forgive and forgive, but that would be like, oh, this marriage is over. I don't know how we fix this.
Yeah.
Because no. But anyway, so yeah, that's, I don't think I've ever been cheated on, but I kind of suspect maybe I was at the end of when me and the guy from high school, I think at the end, he was flirting with the girl who ended up being his next girlfriend. Yeah. Because she wrote something, you know, on social media I don't know, but she was like, yeah, we've been together since whenever, and I was like, yeah, we were still technically together at that party, like, that you guys were at, so maybe you need to read. Right. Yeah. I was like, but then I think he could make an argument that Mark and I started dating when we hadn't broken up either. Totally different, because I ended up marrying Mark, so always what it was meant to be, and he did not marry that
girl.
Insert that girl. insert derogatory female word. But no, anyway, so we don't have tons of experience with cheating, right?
Yeah, no, not tons. Not tons of first-hand experience.
No.
I mean, I've dealt with the whole, your friend has been cheated on and you gotta be there, creeping on the girl and hating on that boyfriend, but...
Do you think... So in those situations, did the other girl know that he had somebody? I don't understand cheating on someone. Yeah, I don't understand.
Know.
Right. Like, I could never be somebody's side girl. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's such like sisterhood. You don't do that.
Yeah.
Like, it's one thing if he's, like, lied to both of you and you think you're the only one. Like, that's a different game. But to, like, go after somebody else's man?
I don't know.
I mean, I feel like cheating shouldn't happen purely because us as women should be like, I'm not going to take your man, but I guess women get...
Yeah.
Women
can
be
the game
fun
of
people.
love.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But,
yeah, I feel like I'm not ever as mad at the cheater helper if they don't know that person has a significant other or whatever. But then like, when they do know, I'm like, man, you're shady too.
Yeah. I mean, everybody, I guess, is just extra.
Yeah. But I'm like, but I also, like, if we're not friends or something, like if Sean were to cheat on me with, like, someone I had no idea who they were, I'm like, you also don't owe me any loyalty. Like, we didn't make a commitment to, like, be loyal to one another. And I'm like,
totally.
Always more mad at Sean. So I never understand the girls that are, like, beating up on the side girl and then they're, like, still staying with their man. And I'm like, girl, that's not your man.
Exactly. Like, he has declared it. He is not your man because he's with other people. Yeah, no, I'm with you. Like, I don't get that. So this is kind of funny. One of the first dates Mark and I go on, I can just still see this. So I am 11 years younger than Mark. So I was probably 22, 23 on this date, making Mark 34, 35, right? So, I mean, like, that's a huge age difference. And then, like, you know, that's like it's the difference between me and you right now. But you're really mature for your age. I am not mature for my age. I am incredibly, and especially 22-year-old Marie, that was like, that was peak ditziness, right? Like, that was kind of my shtick. So anyway, so we're on this date. I know Mark has been divorced, but I don't know why he's been divorced. I have never been cheated on, as far as I know. So, we're sitting there before the movie starts talking about something and cheating comes up and I tell him, yeah, I think people who get cheated on, they know it. Like, they're kind of asking for it. Something to that degree. Like, basically, if you get cheated on, it's because, like, you know it's happening or you're just in denial, or you're doing, and so, and I just remember him, like, I don't know anything about why, and that is why his first marriage ended, was because of that kind of stuff, but, like, her going outside of the marriage, not him, but, I just remember him looking at me like, this kid.
Child. Yeah.
And he got up and he was like, I need to go get something to drink. Like, Mark went and I don't know if he went to the concession, like the movie, but I was like, I made him so mad. I made cheap Mark Oates go to the movie concession stand because he was just like, I can't sit here with her. I need to go pay $7 for a small Coke. Because that is better than sitting in the rest of, like, finishing this date with her. But anyways, I just always think back to that when I found out what happened. I was like, I remember saying that people who cheated kind of asked for it, or people who got cheated on kind of asked for it. Yeah, and I was just like, oops. But that is not true. But anyway, so.
I'm cringing so hard right now.
I know the worst. Like, that we ever made it to another date is kind of its own miracle. So.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. This marriage had everything going against it.
No, from day one. Ditzy Marie. I don't think that people who get cheated on,
Yeah.
they kind of deserve it.
Yeah. They know. They just don't want to know.
Exactly. I'm like, you know that you're getting cheated on. You're just living in denial.
Yeah.
Duh. Life advice with Marie. So anyways, so what is cheating?
Yeah.
I mean, I consider everything pretty much cheating. I mean, yeah.
I mean, I guess my thing, obvious physical, like, if you kiss another girl, yes, that's cheating, like,
right,
point blank. And then it, like, gets into that weird, like, holding hands with another girl. Yeah, that's cheating.
Right? That almost feels more intimate, right?
Yeah, oddly more intimate. I'm like, because I don't do, like, I'll make out with someone on the first date, but I don't hold hands with them on the first date.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
Isn't that funny? But it's true. It's like, holding hands feels like, well, that's some couple stuff right there.
Right. I'm like, that's something that is, like, strictly for a relationship.
Right.
Which is so, I'm like, this is so backwards.
I know. It doesn't make sense, but it does make sense. I don't feel like, I mean, it's not like the relationship advice I'm giving Ren or anything, but I just think that this is true.
It's like, make out with all the boys you want.
Exactly. But you keep that hand-holding stuff. Don't be a slut. No, I'm kidding. Oh.
But yeah, so I guess it's like the more intimate and the more like almost mundane. It like, just like, I would get more concerned about a girl that just like casually texted Sean all the time, like whenever anything in her life happened. Like,
yes.
Like that would be concerning to me. I'm like a girl that was like, hey Sean, how's it going? I haven't seen you in a long time, blah blah blah. I'm like, okay, whatever. But a girl that's just like, once a week, like, yeah, my day's been kind of crappy, or yeah, I got this promotion, you want to go hang out? I'm like, he doesn't need to know about all these random details of your life.
Exactly. No, could you imagine if Sean was watching a show with another person? You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah, like they had a show that they watched.
Like even if they didn't watch it together, if that was like they talked about it and like, oh, don't watch another episode till we, like, could you? I mean, that'd be like,
I would be so mad if he actually respected. Also, if he respected the rule of not watching the episode, which, don't, because Sean literally watches entire seasons without me.
Oh, that's hilarious.
We watched House together, and I left for 1 week to go to Savannah, Georgia, and he watched 2 seasons while I was gone.
2
seasons.
People. I think that's a new category of cheating. Because that's deceit.
Yeah.
You know, that's betrayal.
Like, I can't even catch up with you at that point.
Yeah.
So I just had to
it's not even our show.
Seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway,
like,
that's a...
No, I think that's legit cheating. That is... like, I would know, Sean. Y'all need to go see him for it. No, I'm kidding.
but I mean, like, I was like, you obviously don't care about rules.
So yeah, if he was like gonna respect it, if he was like, oh, I can't watch anymore because so and so isn't caught up yet. Oh, I'd be so mad.
I would be so torn up. Yeah.
No.
And like, it's so crazy that cheating has so many like different. Like, it's not just black and white. I feel like.
Right. Like, betrayal is kind of like that's the heart of it. Like. Do I feel betrayed at the end of it? Because I promised you, Mark and I could get through flying colors if he, like, went and had some weird one-night stand. Like, I don't have a doubt in my mind that we would get through that. But honestly, if he was, like, watching a show, like, if what we just described was happening, like, oh, I can't watch that because so-and-so needs to catch up, I'd be, like, livid.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be like, I don't know if I could repair that kind of trust. I'm not, like, I'm kind of joking, but I kind of am not. Like, why are y'all such good friends? Like, why is that such no.
Yeah, like, why does it matter that, no.
Yeah, lots of layers there. So what is cheating? Okay, we've hashed that out a little bit.
Yeah. And so why do you think that people cheat?
So, I have $20,000 worth of education to tell you.
That's true.
That there are 4 reasons people cheat. I can remember one.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, it's so sad, and I can only vaguely remember it. And I don't think anybody will agree with the reason that I'm about to talk about. It's called conflict avoidant. So a lot of times you'll have somebody, so you're in a relationship, it's not going great for whatever reason, but you don't want to bring it up because bringing it up is all this conflict. But you still have these needs that need to get met, right? Like, whether it's like great sex or feeling appreciated or feeling desired, whatever that thing is. So instead of telling your partner, hey, you're not making me feel blah, 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 or, I'm not getting certain things from this relationship.
Yeah.
And dealing with it and figuring out how, because it's conflict, right? You don't want to be, like, you don't want to sound mad at your partner. So anyway, so then you're like, well, I'll just go get what I need right here from this coworker, from this whatever, like friend. And so I'll get what I need, but not have to bother the person I'm actually in the relationship with. You know what I mean? And probably the reason that that's the only one I remember is because I think if I were to ever cheat on Mark, it'd be because of that. Like, I didn't want to bother you, so. But I don't actually think that because I'm like, Mark, you can ask Mark, like, how many times does Marie hold in what she needs from you? Never, like, but I just thought, that makes sense, and I would totally be that person if, right, like, because we're so not conflict avoidant anymore, I would, now I'm fine with talking about it. But I thought, I can see that happening in a relationship. Yeah. And then there's, like, there was one of the reasons was like, you just hate women. Like, there are men who cheat on their wives. Yeah. Simply because they just hate women, like, and they just... Mommy issues? Exactly. Like, their mom didn't love them or whatever, so they're just on this mission in adulthood to make life terrible for the women in their lives. So, anyway, so that's one of the reasons. Why do you think people cheat? Like, let's kind of, like, you've seen it, like, with your friends. Like, why do you think they cheat?
I feel like it's a lot. Okay. I think that a lot of people cheat, especially, like, I don't know if this is, like, every city in the South, but, like, people in the South, they really do get married faster and, like, settle down, like, like it's a game of musical chairs, like that meme where it's like, we're all having fun, and then all of a sudden everyone's taken and everyone's trying to get married. And, like, the music stops and everyone's like, wait a second, we're in a relationship, let's go get married.
Right.
And I think that, like, causes a lot of cheating in, like, marriages because, like, people, they just never, they feel like they're missing out or they got bored or, like, they didn't really want this relationship or at least, like, this extent of the relationship that fast. Yeah. I don't know. Because that's just, like, my thing. Like, that's what I guess see most often is just, like people being like, well, I don't really know for sure if this is what I want, but I'm not willing to give it up to go test it out because what if this is the best that I can do? So I'm just going to do this off on the side and test out the waters and then, like... Yeah. It's like, no, I think that's totally... Yes, yeah. It's like, I want to test out all the cars before I really go forward with buying this car. Right. But I don't want this car to know. Yeah, exactly. Go put that car in the garage.
I'm going to go try some other
exactly.
ones. No, I think that's totally true. I think that happens a lot when you're, like, when your relationship isn't mature enough for the commitment you're wanting
trying to
to
push
make.
on it.
Like,
yeah.
Yeah, you're trying to say, oh, it's ready for this thing, and then you're like, but, I mean, it's kind of, it's a little selfish, right? Because it's like, I don't want to lose my seat in the musical chairs, but I also am not exactly happy about the seat that I've ended up with. So I'm going to like...
It's like sitting in 2 seats in musical chairs and not giving them up.
Yeah, exactly. So, no, I think you're totally right about that being...
Yeah.
Like
maybe that was one of the 4 reasons.
Yeah, probably. Well, we can add it.
Yeah.
So that was number 3, and then number 4 was like...
What do we got?
What do we got? I don't know. I mean, sometimes people are just, would you turn down, like, Jared Leto?
Oh, that.
Everybody's got a list, right?
Yeah. I mean, unfortunately, I would turn him down.
You would?
Yeah. I mean,
I
I
would,
love
too.
him.
You do love him. I mean, I turned down Jared Leto for sure, but...
yeah. Whoever's on your list.
Yeah, I don't even know who's on my list. I don't have a list. I'm not good at lists. I'm weird.
So faithful Marie is that she doesn't even make a list.
No, that's not true. Like, I think it's like Marie just does, like, I've just got early onset Alzheimer's because I'm like, what did I say? I've got like 20,000 people on my list probably. But
the guy at the grocery, you're pretty cute.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm like, ooh, I'd probably be embarrassed if I was, because I know I've thought it, like, oh, that one, he's going on my list, and then I'd see it and be like, oh, that was not a good use of the list.
Oh, man.
Anyways.
So, what do you do when you find out your significant other has cheated? And does it get better? Because I have no idea what I would do.
I really don't know what I would do. I think I'd be so floored, like...
Yeah.
I mean, I know I keep saying, like I wouldn't care. And I really wouldn't care that much if it was just, like, a physical thing, but I think I'd be so, like... I would not see it coming. Like, that would be just the honest truth of it. Like, I think that would be, like, the hardest part. Like, what?
Yeah.
When? How did you have time for that?
Yeah.
So I think it would be more the shock of that it happened, not so, like, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I just didn't see it coming. But what would you do? I don't know what I would do.
I know, what's the advice that you give people?
Huh? What do I tell them to do?
Yeah, what did you tell people whenever your clients would come in?
I mean, like, I'll be honest, like, it would be very different depending on, I mean, there's so many, like, factors or whatever, because, like, sometimes people, so it all comes out, right, and so-and-so's cheating on the other person, and one person's devastated, and literally the other person, because in a weird way, they feel better now, right? Like, they're not holding the secret in. So on this weird level, like, they feel great, and they're kind of like, why don't you feel great? Like, does that make sense? And it's like, it's
off my chest.
Yeah, exactly. Like, they're like, oh my gosh, that feels amazing. I'm so glad you got that off. Like, you just handed the other person all the crap you'd been holding. So, I think it's such a hard game because you're like, if the other person isn't remorseful or if they're more relieved than they are remorseful or whatever, then it's kind of like, dude, you've got to grovel, like, this is, and you have to, like, take it, and then there's, I think for me, I'm like, it's just such a hard thing, like, there's nothing like sitting with a couple that this has all come out for to make you realize, like, oh my gosh, I never want this to like, there's no sex, there's no relationship, there's no, wow, you look pretty today that's worth destroying what you have. Because you can't, like, you can repair it. I really do believe it. But you, like, look at it, and it's like, they'll look at you, and they're like, how do I trust this person again? And you're like, I really don't know. Like, honest, I mean, the truth is you can't. So, and it's like, is anything worth losing, you know, your best friend believing the things you say? Because that's the thing. It's like, everything comes into question. I'm going to go get milk becomes, you know what I mean? Like, it's all these things that you don't even realize are going to be triggers. And they want, I mean, I think at the beginning, the couple, like, you know, how can I be as transparent with you as possible? Like, and it is kind of like, it's a weird dance because it's like you want to tell them everything that happened, but then you also don't want people dwelling on things. So, like a big thing is the person who got cheated on is going to be like, I want to know when, I want to know how, like, how did you get it past me, blah, 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 blah. But then it's like, that can become like an obsessive desire to know, and like, you know, like to the point where they're like, well, now I want to see pictures, or, you know what I mean? Like, and it's like, there's like a point where, you want to like organize your brain to understand where and how it happened. But then you also don't want to become so obsessive that you're like, you want details that really don't matter to the thing. I don't know. It's all really, like, it's so, like, you just watch it and you're just like, oh my gosh, I never want, like, I will never cheat on a person just because it's not work. Like, I'll break up with you
instead,
so fast before I, like, that dance, because it's like, ugh. Because it is, it's like looking at, I don't even know, like, literally looking at dust and being like, how do I turn it back into a vase? You don't. Like, you know, it's just like overwhelming. So anyways, well, because I don't have tons of friends that have been cheated on. So like, I think you've been in this situation maybe more. Like, what do you tell the person?
Yeah. Like, what do I tell people?
Yeah. Or like, you know, like, what do you do?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like, I think the best friend during this stuff is more important than, but what do you tell people?
I feel like the thing that we always, it like finally boils down to, it's like, yes, he's a jerk, yes, or she, whichever way it goes.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, they suck, you probably can't trust them anymore, and, you know, all that stuff. And then it's like, just, after all that settles, it's just being like, well, do you want to try again? It's like, you just have to finally figure out, like, whether or not this is something you can either work through or not. Because it's, like, because I feel like everyone kind of knows, like, if they got cheated on, is this person worth trying again with? And then if not, just go ahead and end it. Because, like, if you already know in your head there's nothing they can do and nothing they can say that will repair that trust, or at least, I'm like, don't hurt yourself more, because then you're just prolonging. It's like, yes, they deserve to be punished, per se, but at the same time, I'm like, don't drag it out and make them believe, too, that this relationship is worth fighting for when you don't want to fight for it either. Like, you're just going to keep making it harder and harder for them, and then you're both just going to be mad. So,
Exactly. No, I think that's totally the thing. Like, you really do have to decide, like, we're either getting better together or we're better not together, and we need to just end it. Like, and, you know, and you have the right to be like, okay, I thought we were going to get better, and then I'm wrong, and now I want to end it, but you can't do this, like, half and half and half and half. You know, it's almost like cheating. It's like you want both things, like,
like, you want to be mad, but you want to get better at the same time. I don't know.
Right. But yeah, no, exactly. Like, not that there's healthy ways of communicating that you're hurt and blah, 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 and still keeping a relationship intact. Now, I'm not saying that that's not, like, ninja level skills, like, because that is hard, like, to be so emotionally healthy that you can be like, I'm angry at you, but I still want to keep repairing and building us up. Like, that's not an easy
kind of master gardener, are you?
Yes, exactly. Like, I'm not saying it's impossible, but I am saying you're probably going to need some help to make that happen.
Yeah.
But, you know, and it's really, and it's both sides, you know, because there's so the person who did the cheating, and so they've, you know, it's admitted and it's out there, and then there's going to be a feeling where it's like, okay, I've I've paid my price, right? Like, you called me
Yeah.
a dirt bag and blah, blah, blah. Like, are we done now? Like, like how
Right. Like,
long
I've been
do I have to
groveling
keep paying for this? Right.
Yeah.
And I mean, but that is a very true thing. Like, there's people who take advantage of that, and then they, like, you know, want to rub your face in it rather than actually repair. So, I don't know. It's hard. I would not. It's, you know, it's such a yucky dance. But, I think it is important, in my opinion, that, like, an affair doesn't just happen out of nowhere usually. Like, there's a lot of, like, factors that go into it. Yeah, and, like, it's like things probably weren't healthy the day the affair started. You know, it's not like, oh, we had this amazing, emotionally healthy relationship, and then he just walked out on it. Like, things have probably been bad for a while, and what I think is always beautiful when an affair does come to light is, like, now you guys have a chance to redo, like, you know, like, you kind of did bust down a house, but it was an ugly, not well-built house. So, great. Like, that is destroyed, so let's build something that actually is going to stand up. Like, you shouldn't be trying to get back to what it used to be like, because what it used to be like created the thing. You want something new and different, so that's where I find my hope. And in Jesus, in case Mama's listening.
But I guess with that, we kind of answered the whole "does it get better" question in that too. So I mean, like, yes and no. I guess it just depends on which way you go about it.
I think it could totally get better. Like, I think and I've got a couple friends, I don't know if it got full-blown cheating, but, you know, they kind of danced near that line, and I think their relationship is a million times better than what it was, because the affair was like a warning sign, like, hey, you're about to go. And so they backtracked and learned some better skills on how to communicate and saw some of, like, their weaknesses and, you know, like, where maybe she had been too critical of something and he didn't, you know, he responded by trying to find somebody else. Anyways, like, who made him, quote unquote, feel good or whatever. And, so I think that, like, I think it totally can get better, but I think everybody's got to be, like, on board for, we want a new
making
thing,
it work.
not, exactly. But most of the time I think it just sucks. There's your hope. What about you? Because your friends, did they, like, get back together? Like, have you seen anybody that's like, oh, I should probably.
Oh, that, like, work it out?
Yeah, that work it out, or.
Yeah, I mean, I think kind of the same thing, like, just, they would take, like, there was one couple that I can think of distinctly, like, they took their time away from one another, because they were both, or she was like, you know, never mind, I don't think I can make this work, and then kind of found their way back to one another. And sometimes I think it's almost like just growing up, just being like, you just needed your time to do whatever and find yourself as a person. And I guess especially with people that have been together, like if I was still with my high school boyfriend and then, like, you were like, oh, I just don't know what it's like to be with anyone other than you. And then that's why the cheating happened, and then you part ways and you're like, you know what, actually, I had a good thing and I was lucky enough to find it when I was 16 years old or whatever.
Right.
But, yeah. It did get better for them, and they're now getting married, so.
Oh, yay. Congrats to the anonymous couple.
Yeah.
I think that's such a good point about, like, not that I think there's ever, like,
an okay
cheating, but I'm like,
yeah.
I think that there's a weird thing about being, like, a high school couple and then, like, going into adulthood and not having some kind of break or not having, you know what I mean, like, to do that.
Yeah.
Like, I almost think you have to have a break because you're such a different person than your 15-year-old.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you have to do something that kind of says, like, this is the line between
that me and this me.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and obviously you want to do it in a healthy way and not cheating on him, but sometimes it's like, yeah, that could be the reason that you guys kind of restart and,
Yeah.
you know, and you're stronger for it, really, instead of like trying to keep up this facade or whatever, like.
Right. Or like keep trying to be like the 15-year-old version of you.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Exactly.
That's also not healthy.
Exactly. I mean, there's tons to unpack with that idea.
Yeah.
But so yeah, I think it can
all of our
definitely get
questions.
better. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So don't lose hope unless you really just are like, I'm done.
Yeah. Unless you kind of already knew in your subconscious that you are with a, you know, just a jerk in general.
Right.
So who is on, like, we'll end it with who's on your list.
Oh, for like who I would cheat on Sean with?
Yeah. Yeah.
For sure, Jared Leto.
Uh-huh.
And, Jake Gyllenhaal.
Oh, you should come there for them. Oh, blue eyes. You should just die. What's his name? Sean Fair Brown.
What's his name? I know.
What's his name?
I literally, because I mean, the boyfriend before Sean, Dan, he had dark hair and blue eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's just like, it's my thing.
It's a dreamy combination.
Yeah. It's like, I guess because it's one of those combinations that's not that common.
Yeah.
And so it's one of those like, dark features and light eyes.
Yeah. No, I love it. I love it.
Yeah. But those are my top two. I just can't think of like anyone else.
Yeah.
Those are just always the ones that my go-tos.
They're like pretty consistent, your go-tos. I'm so weird. Like I can't think of anybody that I'm like super. The guy that keeps coming to my mind is Jane the Virgin's Raphael. Like, I just think he's so cute. But then I also kind of don't.
What?
I don't know. Sometimes I think his clothes are too tight. I'm like that shirt doesn't fit you, Raphael. But okay.
Yeah, I do hate how they do that to him. I'm like,
yeah,
he's fine. Like he's muscular. Just give him more shirtless scenes if you really want to.
Yeah, we're trying to go there.
Buff. Yeah.
Yeah. But, and he's like not my type at all. Like, I don't know, like I'm like, think of another celebrity, Marie, anybody, and I'm like, I can't. That's it. He's the only one that's coming to my brain. But that's who I'm going to put on my list today. So.
Oh, that's hilarious. I thought John Mayer was like one of your people.
Oh, John Mayer, yes. Wait, why am I not going down this singer-songwriter route? Yeah, like, totally. John Mayer! Thank you, Melissa. John Mayer. He wrote a song about me.
That's what
Dear Marie? Yes.
Yeah.
God, he wishes he had me. He's all like, oh, I should be at that stage where I have like a baby and headphones at my concerts and stuff. And I'm like, oh, I have got two adorable minors that would love to be at your show.
Yeah.
With headphones on.
There you go.
So, you can, anyways, that's funny. Body's a wonderland.
All right, so
we're done.
And we'll post like a little list thingy on how to move past a cheating spouse or significant other, because cheating obviously can happen in any sort of relationship. But yeah, thanks for listening.
Hey y'all, thanks for listening to our podcast. We look forward to reading reviews, answering questions, and talking more about life's adventures and marriage and all that good stuff. You can check out more of our stuff at sisterwivespodcast.com or our Facebook page, which is just Sister Wives Podcast, and then our Instagram, which is at Sister Wives Podcast. Thanks, and check us out again next week. See ya.